J Group Holdings versus Azar Stafford. Maybe you can say.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Plaintiff Anthony but may not appearing on behalf of plaintiff.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Azar Stafford.
Your interpretation. In this case.
Your Honor, I'm not quite sure.
Buckle up, guys. Today we're diving headfirst into a courtroom clash that kicks off in total chaos. From the very first second, this judge faces a storm of tangled paperwork, baffled parties, and a case caption that changes like a fashion. Trend, what you're about to see is a legal roller coaster where confusion reigns and order barely holds. Stay locked in because this is only the calm before the storm. Let's watch how it all spirals right from this explosive opening.
Time we appeared in the court had advised the parties to all reserve all the documents that had been served because of some last pleadings the defendant filed. I haven't received any additional pleadings from them. We did file an answer to those pleadings. I do notice that I pulled the docket today, and there is, as of today, some reference to a dismissal with prejudice. And I'm not quite sure what that would mean in this instance.
The problem is, and I don't. You've not received any documents that you attempted.
Nothing since the original delivery that I placed on the record.
At the last hearing, I struck all of the documents that had been filed by the defendant in this case because she had changed the caption. They were to be refiled and served.
Yes,
Was that done?
Your Honor, first of all, we have not been.
Ma'am, I asked a yes or no question.
Yes, Your Honor, we served the plaintiff with the joinder we filed and in federal court. We did. The plaintiff did not send us any pleadings. I have not received any
Guys, now the real trouble brews. Right after that bold opening, the judge tries to untangle a mess of pleadings that were already struck once for sloppy mistakes. The plaintiff's lawyer struggles to explain missing documents while the defendant sits tight, adding layers of confusion. You can sense the judge's patience wearing thin as everyone tries to pin down who did what and when. This is where legal procedure meets human error head-on and sparks are flying.
Complaint I have not received. He has not followed the rule 5.108 of 7-day notice that he has to give me. He is in violation of professional responsibility, rule 7 and 8. We have not received any complaint, or he cannot produce proof of service to us, Your Honor. But we can provide proof of service that he was served by sheriff for federal claim.
Let's try this again. The last time that you were here, I told you that you had improperly changed the caption on the pleadings. I struck those pleadings, told you that you needed to refile them with the correct caption, and serve them on opposing counsel.
Yes, we
My sole question to you is,
Okay.
Did you do that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did we get a new filing? Yeah, because if she filed them and served them, they would be in my court file. And it's odd. I don't see new files.
GIS today and answer a motion to dismiss was filed.
That was.
Not by me, Your Honor.
Yes. Okay, I see that. But that was not the original.
I have not seen it.
service on here. I still have Carl Stafford on this case, and I don't know why.
Because he's a resident too.
Then he needs to properly join the case. I don't. You did it again. The caption you just changed.
May I speak, Your Honor?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
We did the same thing we did the last time.
May I show this to you?
Okay, brace yourselves. In this stretch, things slide deeper into the procedural pit. The judge demands simple yes or no answers but gets tangled excuses. Instead, rules of professional conduct come into play as the courtroom dance shifts from a paperwork mix-up to possible ethical breaches. Tension runs high because this isn't just clerical error anymore. It hints at deliberate rule bending. Watch closely as the judge's frustration bubbles toward a turning point that's impossible to miss.
No,
This,
you did the same thing.
no. This notice to appear is only addressed by the plaintiff for my daughter only, who is out of town, and we received it in the mail yesterday. And it doesn't even have my name on it.
Who filed this dismissal?
We did. I did.
You're not the plaintiff.
I'm a counter plaintiff.
Then how do you give me a notice of dismissal regarding this case
That was
and not sign it?
I'm sorry.
You filed a dismissal of the case under the section notice of dismissal by plaintiff. You are not the plaintiff.
I am a counter plaintiff, Your Honor.
I am not accepting any of these pleadings until you get the caption right. I'm not accepting these sort of random documents coming in as a dismissal, a notice of dismissal. The only thing that you would be entitled to dismiss would be to the extent you believe you have a counterclaim. That's the only thing you're going to dismiss. You can't dismiss his claim.
Yes, Your Honor. May I say one more thing, please?
Go on.
My grandmama died, and we are flying out of US next week to attend the funeral. If you want to,
I'm not going to allow you to continue to delay these matters through some improper procedures that you're employing. I'm not going to let that happen. My condolences on your loss, but I am not going to just continue to lay this matter out to have you continue to do the same thing.
What am I doing wrong, Your Honor?
I have already told you what you're doing wrong. If you don't think you're doing anything wrong, then maybe you need to get an attorney
Okay.
that's licensed to practice
Okay.
to do this.
Okay. Could we have next hearing after April 1st, please?
I'm not going out that far.
Your Honor, this is the third appearance in this case.
Striking those pleadings. Don't file anything else that's improper and not properly filed with this court. I'm just going to be that direct.
Okay.
Matter will adjourn to March 21st, 2020.
If I may, Your Honor, briefly, just briefly. This is not a rent case, Your Honor. This is
Oh,
a
I know.
termination of tenancy. The lease has been up for 60 days. She's staying in there. There was an escrow order that was filed. To our knowledge, she hasn't paid the rent. To our knowledge, she didn't pay the jury fee. To our knowledge, all these things have happened, and my client is being prejudiced by the moment here. There's damage.
Watch carefully now. This is where the hearing teeters on the brink of meltdown. The defendant tries to dismiss the entire case, calling herself a counterplaintiff, which legally makes zero sense. The judge's disbelief is clear as she repeats the basics over and over, yet the same mistakes keep popping up. Then, in a twist of raw emotion, the defendant pulls in her grandmother's death to stall the process. It's courtroom drama with real grief colliding with stubborn missteps.
Occurring to the premises, there was construction and landscaping that was violative of the city ordinances and the HOA standards. We have a witness here today to testify that the property is being damaged as we speak, and we need.
What way?
There's significant runoff and sediment runoff. The backfill was backfilled 4 feet to 5 feet to more over the base of the trees in the backyard, and that's been that way for some time. The fact of the matter is she's had more than, I'm defer to the court, of course, but she's had more than an opportunity. She's filed this federal suit. She's doing everything possible to delay our occupancy, and I just don't think it's equitable or right. It's up, of course, your decision, Judge.
Oh, I know.
She knows well what she's doing to buy time here. And she served all these pleadings. She claims she doesn't have an attorney. I read the pleadings. They were drafted by somebody other than her, it appears. She hasn't followed one rule. She hasn't served me once correctly. The person that's named in the incorrect caption isn't even a tenant on the lease. I don't know where they came from here, but they're non-party. My clients had to pay me to come in here and deal with all this sort of thing. And they've joined us in a federal case that names almost verbatim the same cause of action that's named in this very counterclaim that the court struck and apparently dismissed with prejudice. All I would ask the court is that I possibly could get if she wants to appeal this, and I would pretty much bet she's going to when the time comes. Let's get that process started. If at all the court would go along with us, let's get a judgment for possession entered. We can give them a little extra time if they want to put in the appeal period and get us our judgment. And then she can do what she's going to do anyway when she gets her day in court, according to her. She's been here 3 times. I've traveled from Oakland County.
I'm sorry to hear that.
3 different, yeah, me too. 3 different times to be here, Judge. None of what she files.
This is the part where emotion and law clash fiercely. The defendant pleads for sympathy, revealing her grandmother's funeral as a reason to delay. But the judge, though compassionate, holds firm. Loss does not excuse repeated misfilings and rule violations. You can feel the tension between human sorrow and legal duty. The judge even warns, get a licensed lawyer or face the consequences alone. This is a harsh but honest glimpse of how reality and procedure battle in court.
Makes any sense. And it's just not right on my client's behalf to let my client continue to suffer while they occupy the premises without any consideration. She's going to appeal this if we win, and we probably will. The point being, let her appeal. Let's get that process started if that's what she's going to do. Thank you, Judge, for listening. Yes.
Okay, good.
I want to answer.
Go ahead.
Your client, sir.
No, you will address me.
Okay, I apologize. His client, Your Honor, is a loan shark who bought our property in a redemption period and signed an agreement to let us buy this house back from him. We are ready to go ahead buy this house back, but while his client was put a lien on the property. Now we cannot get a mortgage because they have a lien on the property. And what by him in this court trying to put me down because I'm representing myself is also another violation of
No, you need to talk to me.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. Your Honor, we have served everything. This gentleman cannot provide one proof of service to this court. He gives us papers last minute. We received this in the mail yesterday. He did not serve us properly.
That was the escrow order only.
Okay. I'm sorry. Please don't interrupt me. Thank you very much. I didn't interrupt you when you speak. Extend me the same courtesy. Okay? This loan shark and his attorney are trying to,
Are you almost done?
yes,
Good.
to take us out of our home. And they put a lien on that house. So now we can't even get a loan to purchase the mortgage to purchase the property.
It's cold tight now. The plaintiff's attorney drops bombshell after bombshell. He outlines unpaid rent, illegal landscaping that violates city codes, and a duplicate federal suit that mirrors this one. On top of that, he pushes for immediate possession because the defendant's tactics keep dragging things out. It's a barrage of accusations showing how one side claims to be drowning in chaos, while the other insists it's all strategy to buy time. This exposes the deeper stakes in play. This section explodes with one huge allegation that the defendant didn't even write her own pleadings, hinting at unauthorized legal practice behind the scenes. That's a major violation that can spark serious trouble. Meanwhile, the judge listens, weighing whether this hearing is about sloppy mistakes or intentional legal abuse. This is the tension peak. If true, someone could face more than just a lost case. It's a courtroom bombshell that makes this battle far from over. In this final moment, the defendant fights back hard, calling the plaintiff's side loan sharks and blaming hidden liens for trapping her financially. She insists she's the victim, unable to refinance or fix the mess. The judge stays firm, cutting through excuses while the courtroom stays on edge. It's a raw close to a hearing packed with confusion, emotion, and high stakes. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.